Hi there ladies, it's Manisha here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some new nail vinyls that have been very kindly sent out to me for review. I've got this lady, her name's Heidy, I think that's how you pronounce it. I've got her Amazon store link for you down below so you can get them directly from there, and she's very generously offered a 20% off discount code, which is MANISHA20. So I'll have that on the bottom of the screen here and down below in the description box as well. So you can use that 20% off discount code on these two nail vinyls that she's sent to me. So the first one here is the 601 collection, and the second one is 433, which is a swirl collection. Now both of these come in a sealed pack like this. They do have instructions on the back as well, which is quite nice and easy to see. She's also on other social medias too, and if I happen to find those links, I will link them for you down below as well. So it looks like she's actually on, she's got a website, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. So I don't do Twitter and Facebook for nail art, so unfortunately won't be able to add those two links, but I should hopefully be able to find her on those two channels there. So these are actually made in Colombia. And I'm really sorry, I'm terrible with pronunciation, so I'm not actually sure how to say that, so I'm not even actually going to attempt because I don't want to say it incorrectly. But that's actually her company name from what I can gather. So the bit that you're all really interested in is actually what do these vinyls look like. So, oh my goodness, I'm all fiddles today. Let's get them out of the pack, eh? So I'm just going to quickly show you, and then I will do a nail art with them. So this is the pack, which is called 601. Excuse me. So they're all vinyls that you can actually, you can sort of see, because the way she has them out on the sheet, she already removes the surrounding paper and then vinyls in between, so you can kind of get an idea of what the vinyls actually look like. So she's got lots and lots of different, sorry, I just realised now my light's shining, lots and lots of different ones per sheet. So you've sort of got your like chevron type ones, these ones here, I'll just show you a bit closer, kind of like your zigzaggy ones. These ones here, these are sort of like your Aztec type, and then you've got more sort of zigzags there. And these zigzags here have got a straight edge and then a zigzag, whereas these are zigzags on both sides. Then you've sort of got like what I'd class as like a castle type, you know, the top of the castle, if you look at it that way. So it's got those as well. Then you've got sort of French tips, sort of wavy patterns there, look like lightning bolts, I suppose. You can use these for moons, half moons. You've got some straights, some more sort of, they look like zigzags, but these are more wavy. Some more chevron and curves as well, and some more straights. And so these are actually a different width from these ones here. And then in the other pack, they also come with the instructions. So these ones you can kind of see through the window at the front, and these are actually like sort of you know, a little bit more wavy and curvier, whereas these ones are all sort of lines and things like that. So you've kind of got your like your wave patterns there. We've got some hearts, some sort of scalloped ones there. That one reminds me of a fern, probably because I'm from New Zealand, so I can kind of see a fern image there. And you can use these either way, so you can use the part that's in the middle, or you can use the surrounding one, so you kind of get a positive negative thing with that. That one's really cool, like an optical illusion spiral one, another heart shape there, and there's some other ones along here too. And those sort of remind me of cogs, but I don't think they're supposed to be. They're kind of like a spiral with sort of a little bit more detailing. I really like these wavy ones here. Some more spirals there. These are actually quite cool. They're really cool, sort of like a zigzag but with extra bits in them, if that makes sense. Yeah, little bobbly bits. more spirals and swirls and some more chevrons and curves. And then on the last sheet you've got more sort of like your geometric sort of square ones that go in like a spiral with a square. We've got little stars, smaller versions of those, triangles, and then more of those ones as well. But I mean, it's great having lots of those because they're probably ones that you would use lots of. So we'll be doing a design for you, and as usual I'll list everything that I've used down in the description box below. So definitely check out the website and see what else is on offer, but the discount code does only apply to these vinyls here. They look like they're excellent quality. From what I've read on them, they are reusable, so the idea is you can use them and then pop them back onto this sort of backing sheet here and save them for another day. But because I haven't actually tried them yet, I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, because they will be covered in paint and things, polish and things like that too, so I'm not sure how that'll work out, but I'll give it a go. Apart from that, thank you very much, Heidi, for sending these out to me. I'm really looking forward to using them. I've got lots of ideas already, so I'm going to be doing a design today for you on a white base, which happens to be a Sally Hansen white on. And the other polishes that I use, I will list them for you down below. And apart from that, thanks ladies, relax, sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to be using sponge to actually apply the polishes, and I'm going to be using these two stamping polishes. So I'm going to be putting some latex around all the nails just for easy cleanup. And I'll decant some of the polish onto that little plastic mat. So just select whichever vinyls you want to use. I'm going to be using these beautiful wave patterns, and then just pop it onto the nail. Just get it centered, or however you want to have it on the nail. I'm just having it going along, sort of down the nail, but you can have it going across if you want to. And then I'm just going to be cutting off this extra bit, and I thought that might actually just fit quite nicely on my pinky, which it does, so there's no wastage at all. So I'm just going to pat that one down. So when you're using vinyls, make sure you've got it firmly pressed down so that none of the polish will bleed underneath the actual vinyl itself. You do want to try and get a nice crisp line. So these are really good because they are repositionable, and yeah, I'm just sort of getting them where I want them. So I've finished applying vinyls onto all the nails, so I'm just going to give it a final dab down just to make sure. And there's the polishes just going onto that plastic sort of mixing canvas I've got there from She Modern. And I'm just dipping the sponge into it and just dabbing out some of the excess before actually putting it onto the nail, because I actually wanted to do a bit of a gradient with these ones. I didn't want like a lot of polish on the whole nail. I just wanted it sort of in that centre part there where the vinyl is, and then fading out to the edges. So I'm going to be putting black on one side of the nail, and on the other side with a fresh sponge I'm just going to be popping on the red colour. Now this red colour, I mean, I actually bought these ones from Born Pretty. It was part of a set of 5, I think it was. It was one of my first stamping polishes I bought from Born Pretty, be a couple of years ago now, and they're still okay, but this red always shows up more pink, and I actually forgot that until I started using it. But I just sort of carried on with it because I didn't really mind too much. But I just chose to use stamping polishes because they're quite pigmented, and I know that they dry fairly fast as well, and I thought they would be quite nice and easy to use with the vinyls. And I wasn't disappointed. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to remove the vinyls immediately. So when you're using vinyls, once you've put your polish on, just take the vinyl off immediately. Don't let it dry on the nail. So I've just popped it back onto the backing paper, and I'm going to keep that for later on. And I'm going to be starting on the other nails as well. So I'm just going to do a complete black nail on the pointer, like so. Great thing about using sponges is you don't sort of use loads and loads of polish, and you seem to have better control, but you can just go ahead and use your polish just straight out of the bottle. You don't have to use a sponge if you don't want to. So vinyls are quite, you know, they're quite good like that you can use them in different ways. But I just wanted to sort of do a bit more of a sponged method as opposed to using lots of polish. But I think when I use the other set that I've got, I probably will try and use them in a different way, just to give you more ideas. And so that nail there I'm just going to do completely red, or should I say pink. And then I'm going to be doing 2 colours again on the ring finger. I sort of did it off camera because I think by now you guys got an idea of what to do. Just sort of carefully remove that. The vinyl's actually really strong, so there's no you know, worry about tearing it or anything like that. It's yeah, quite strong. So I'm just applying a fast drying top coat, so that's a glossy version, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do a coat of matte top coat. Okay, so here I am with the finished design, and what do you guys think? I've purposely chosen these colours because I live in New Zealand, and a lot of our artwork has these sorts of scroll work or sort of wavy patterns, and we use red and black. So I thought that sort of when I saw these vinyls, that's the first thing I thought of, and I thought it'd be quite nice to do something like that on my nails. So I have top coated all of these with a matte top coat, which I just feel that kind of in light of what I'm doing here, it just gives it a really nice finish. Now what I tried to do here was do it like an airbrush type, you know, look. I was going for something a little bit fancy, and I feel my thumbs worked really well, but by the time I got to these ones here, I think my sponge was a little bit too saturated with the colour, and in hindsight I should have just sort of snipped off a bit off the end and then redone it, like just used a fresh piece for them so that I could kind of get that gradient look that I was going for. But apart from that, the vinyls have worked absolutely fantastically. Now, most of you will realise, all the ladies that follow me for a while know that I don't really use vinyls for doing nail art. So when I was approached by this lovely lady to actually review these, I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to. And then I was like, oh, what have I sort of got myself in for? But after using them, I think I'm a bit of a convert. The quality is really good. They stick on fantastically, as you could see. There's no bleeding underneath the, you know, you can probably see on that nail the best because I've used the most polish. There was absolutely no bleeding underneath the vinyl at all. It stuck on where you wanted it stuck on, and it easily removed as well. So I have restuck the ones that, sorry I'm out of focus, I've restuck them there, and I will use them again at a later date, hopefully sometime in the near future. I mean, because there's so many on here, I'm not sure when I'll get to that pattern again, but there's lots of other ones I want to try in the meantime. But yeah, the patterns worked out really good. One piece of advice I can give you is definitely make sure your base coat is 100% dry, or put on a fast drying top coat and let that fully dry, because if it's not dry you will be crying later when you try to remove these, because I would say that your base coat will probably lift as well, because the glue on these is really you know, it's very strong, and which is what you want when you're using a vinyl. But you know, like that, you could see I did managed to lift them quite easily, but we don't want any of that base polish to lift away with the vinyls. So that's the one bit of advice I can give you. If you do have any questions, definitely leave them for me down below in the description, in the comment section I should say. I will have everything listed, direct links, discount codes, things like that, as like I always do. Apart from that, thanks for stopping by, ladies. If you haven't done so already, definitely subscribe to my channel. It is free to do so, and I've got my Instagram link for you down below as well, and I'll leave some photos for you of this finished design for you to have another look at. And yeah, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.